Hey there everyone, welcome to Violet's Dream Tarot. Today's reading is going to be what will happen this week. So I'm not using as many cards as normally, but I am still going to do your charms, and I'm probably going to draw some dice for you as well because I got some good feedback on the divination dice recently, so it seems some people like that. So again, thank you so much everyone for helping me to reach 1,000 subscribers, and we've really gone over that really quickly. Like, it's growing so quickly, this channel, and I'm just so happy and grateful to all of you. I did a little cozy bedtime story which I wrote, and I added sound effects, etc. So it's a bit like an ambience audiobook. You can watch that just to relax when you've come back from work or school or just had a long day, you just want to be cozy. Might help you get to sleep or just to unwind. So I'm going to put the link to that in the description box below. And anyone who wants to book a private reading with me, you need to go to my Etsy page to do that, and the link for that will also be in the description box. All of these links are going to be in the description box. Also, if you want to become a patron and support this channel to help me buy new decks and props, you can do that. There are lots of cool rewards over there. If you click on the link, there's things like exclusive picker cards over there that are only for patrons to see, exclusive posts. There's a once a month prize draw to win a reading with me, and if you're in the top tier, you get a reading with me every month anyway. So there's just a lot of cool stuff over there, and I'm really enjoying speaking to you guys over there and kind of building up a bit of a relationship that's really nice to see. And if you want to leave a tip or a small donation for this reading, then do click on the PayPal link. If you want to do that without being a patron, that's totally fine. Any amount, no matter how small, will be put back into the channel to buying more cards, more things like dice, new charms, etc. So definitely consider doing that if you like my channel and you want to help it grow. So with that being said, we've got 4 piles today, and I had no idea what to put on these cards today. I was looking around like, what can I put that I haven't used before? So today you're going to be picking one of my socks. And I mean, you can't say that I'm not inventive, right? This is something that I doubt anyone has done before. So these socks, they're so sweet. This little bear, Rilakuma, I have so much with him on. And it's a Japanese company, but these socks were made in South Korea, but I bought them when I was in China. I got them delivered to my friend's house. So it's like a lot of crazy stuff. My friend who lives in Beijing, I was in China last September. It was so fun. Spent 2 weeks traveling around with her and really enjoyed it. So pile number 1 is like this fluffy, he's kind of dressed as a sheep. And for some reason, the design on this really reminds me of cookies, like kind of, it's like cookie dough color is what I see as little chocolate chips. So that's pile number 1. Pile number 2 has this, he's being like an astronaut, this cosmic picture, and it's navy blue and there's some stars here. Pile number 3, he's holding this big slice of lemon, and it's grey. And then pile number 4 is white, and he's holding this big strawberry. So take your time, pause the video if you need to, and just really look at each of the socks or the piles of cards. You can go by number or by the item or the pile, whichever is really calling you intuitively, like not whichever sock you would most like to wear, but just which one is really calling your name kind of from your gut. Whichever you're feeling the most drawn towards in that intuitive way is going to be the most accurate reading for you. So when you've made your decision, you can go and click on the timestamp, which will be in the description box and also in the comments below. And I'm going to start with number 1. Hey everyone who picked pile number 1 with this sheep/cookie sock. This is your reading, so I'm just going to put that there. So we're going to look at what's going to happen for you this week. So like I said, there's not as many cards as usual, although I still used more than I kind of wanted to. But we're going to do your charms and I think some dice as well. So what's coming up for you this week? Look at your tarot. You've got Knight of Fire, 8 of Air, and 10 of Air. Okay, so there's going to be something that comes up very suddenly for you this week. It may be something big like a job offer, or moving forward with if you've put an offer on a house or something, that's going to move forward. It could be a romantic offer. Someone might offer you to go somewhere with them. For example, someone might call you and say, hey, I've got 2 tickets to a concert, but someone has turned it down, so if you want to come with me, you can. That kind of thing. And this is a timeless reading, so this isn't the week that I've posted it. It's going to be the week when you click on this video. The Knight of Fire can also be about feeling restless and just kind of wanting to get in and do something. That feeling where you don't want to plan ahead, you don't want to think about it any longer or wait any longer. You just want to rush straight in and get it done, because otherwise you're just going to be really restless because you won't be able to concentrate on anything else. That kind of feeling when you just want to do something. And 8 of Air is this feeling of being trapped and not knowing what to do or not being able to do something. So I feel like you're going to be focusing on something this week that you're maybe not going to be able to get started with as soon as you want it to, or things are not going to move forward as quickly perhaps as you hoped. Maybe there's going to be a kind of quick change at the start of the week, and then after that it's going to kind of stall, and you're just going to be really annoyed with that. You're going to feel kind of restless, unsure what to do. You're not going to be able to concentrate on anything else. It's this feeling of being, in a way, trapped, or just at this kind of stalemate, this impasse feeling. You can also talk about not feeling very confident in yourself and in your own choices. So for example, you might feel like you want to do something, or like this is the right thing for you to do, but you've got that voice in your head that says you're not good enough, or it won't work out for you, or it's a bad decision, it's a crazy idea, that kind of thing. And that keeps you kind of trapped in a certain way of thinking. And then you've got 10 of Air, and this is what I call the rock bottom card, because it means that you've hit this point where you're just completely on the floor, and now things are going to improve because you've gone so far down that now it's time to start coming back up. It says here, the end of a difficult situation. So if you've been going through a situation that's really been stressing you out, it's been really taking a lot of your energy, a lot of your time, etc., a lot of your emotions, now that's going to come to an end and you can start to move on. It says embrace the change and expect things to get better now. So all of these unicorns, they're parting ways. Like these are all going that way, and then these 2 are going this way, and it's like they're all moving on to their new respective beginnings. They've left behind what was no longer serving them. They've left behind a difficult situation that was really taking its toll on them, and now they're moving on. So let's look at your oracle cards now and see if they can shed any light on what this is going to be. Obviously this is a general reading, so just take it how it resonates with you. I don't want to be too specific in this kind of reading, because a lot of people will watch this and people are going to be in different situations. So Sacred Traveler card is traveling lightly, simplify your life. And this person, he's left behind all of his heavy stuff in this kind of bin here, and there's a sign here saying this way, so he's just following his guidance, and he's just carrying this one little mandolin with him. So this is about leaving behind things that no longer serve you, getting rid of drama, unburdening yourself. It could be that you're doing like a kind of spring clean, like Marie Kondo. You're like cleaning up your house, cleaning up your room. You might be packing up some things that you no longer need and giving them to a charity shop, or just throwing some things out. It feels like you're unburdening yourself from something, whether that's in a physical sense, or in a real sense of like leaving someone behind, or going down a new path in terms of career or hobbies or something. You're removing yourself from drama and burdens is what this card is all about. You're simplifying your life. And you have a time to give rather than take, new moon in Virgo. So you could be a Virgo, or it could be Virgo time when you're watching this. And this says that you're going to start giving back to people. So again, to me, this feels like, again, removing yourself from drama. Like, you're not in a situation anymore that's going to be like, take. You're going to be you're looking for those relationships that are reciprocal and where you can put in 50% and get back 50% from someone else, you know? I feel like a lot of you have been in situations with friendships or family or perhaps even romantic relationships where it's just been too dramatic and too low vibration, and people have just been out for their own interests and not really caring about what makes a good relationship. They've just been taking from you and not giving anything back. Your Gnome, Tower of the Gnome card is Desyatka Bulov Sora. So this is the 10 of Wands, and it says arguments. And you see these people are like fighting, they're just gonna like hit each other with these clubs, and I feel like that's the situation you've been in. You've got 2 10s here, so it's this feeling of fulfillment and about to start the new beginning. Just seems like you've been in situations where there's been a lot of arguments, disagreements with people, or like I said, toxic relationships where people just haven't been appreciating you or treating you right. And that is going to really calm down in this week. It may be towards the end of this week that you're going to start seeing some positive changes where you just walk away from this situation and just feel so much better about it. You find some kind of resolution, whatever that means for you. And then your Sovetyi Lososya, advice from a salmon card, is Ya Oru, like I scream. And I mean, this card, it pretty much says it all just by looking at it. It's 4 of circles, so if that means something to you, take that on board. This deck doesn't come with a guidebook. You've just got to do everything intuitively. And again, I feel like this is just frustration with a situation or with a person or a group of people. Feels like you've just been under so much drama and pressure, and this week you're just going to snap and say, no, I can't take it anymore, and move away. I feel like there may be some crosswords or some disagreements, like I said, shouting, arguing, maybe some harsh messages being pushed backwards and forwards, but then that is going to let you move on into the better future. If it's not with relationships, like I said, it feels like frustration with a situation. It feels like things have possibly been delayed for you. A project or kind of job or move or something like this has been delayed. And you're just so frustrated and so done with the whole thing. You're just like, I just want to get it done. I just want to move on. And it's so frustrating. And I just want to scream. So there's this big feeling of like culmination and drama in this week, and then you just saying no and just moving on from all this drama. And then your Faerytale Oracle card is, oh, I love this picture so much. It's so beautiful. Fair, Brown and Trembling Gifts. So if you've read this fairy tale, that's great. If you haven't, then do read it. It's one that I like a lot. It's a Celtic fairy tale, and I love this picture. I love the colors so much, and the jewels in her hair, it's beautiful. So this card is, like I said, about gifts. So it could be that someone's birthday is coming up and you're going to be physically receiving a gift or exchanging gifts with someone or giving a gift. It's also about the gifts that you have, so focusing on your own talents and the things that make you unique and special as you move forward, because this is the last card in your reading. So it's about you bringing the focus back onto you and what you do well. That's what I'm feeling with this card. So it could be a physical gift, or it could be a gift in terms of like a talent. It could mean that simply a blessing is coming your way, and you may not see it straight away as a blessing. You might think, oh yeah, that's brilliant, but like it will be a blessing. So for example, if something does get delayed, like I was saying, and you're thinking, this is so annoying, This is not what I wanted. I just want to move forward with things. It's going to work out to actually be a good thing. There's going to be a reason behind it. Or if you are moving away from people, it's just so that you can welcome new, better people into your life, and that you'll have time and space and energy for them in your life. So let's do your charms now, group number 1. So turn the volume down now if you're wearing headphones. So what will happen this week for you, group number 1? Okay. Oh, quite a lot of charms. So what have we got here? We've got the little bell, and that's lovely because this is all about joy and happiness and good news and good things. You've also got Pig of Abundance, which is lovely, and this could also be referring to someone who was born in the Chinese year of the pig. Get the feeling with this charm that you've been bending over backwards for someone. You've really been inconveniencing yourself for someone else or for something. Like maybe you've just had to jump through lots of hoops in like a bureaucratic or administration sense to try and get something done. Really feels like you've been putting in a lot of energy for that. It says here grace, so that could be someone's name, or it could just mean that you need to just accept with grace all of these things that are happening, and bear in mind that it may actually be a blessing that things aren't turning out the way that you kind of want them to right now. You've also got the Prague charm, so there could be a Czech connection here for some of you. Obviously this won't relate to everyone because this is quite specific, but this means that someone in your situation may have a Czech name or family history. They may speak Czech or Slovak. There may be some connection to Prague. You may be dealing with a company that's from the Czech Republic, something like that. Headquarters in Prague, that kind of thing. You've got, for initials, S, N, Q, and Z. So that could be someone's first name or surname. It could be the name of a place or a company, or just a word that really, speaks about what you're doing in this week. So take that on board if it resonates. You've also got the snail. So like I said, things may be delayed in this week. Things may be going more slowly than you'd hoped. There's also the passport. So there's possible travel in this week for you. So maybe to the Czech Republic or Slovakia, possibly, as some kind of travel. So maybe you had travel plans and they've been changed or delayed, or maybe something's happened, like everything's fine, but your hotel has cancelled because they're double booked, something like that. And you're just like, oh my God. I'm getting the feeling for some of you there may be something to do with moving as well, like moving house, and there may be delays to do with that. But the Knight of Fire can talk about business travel, especially, or just sudden travel. So to me, it would stand also for travel kind of changes or delays, possibly. You've got a love heart here. And the calculator, this is about working out what you want, working things out. It can also be about maths as well, or someone who's very analytical, logical. You've got the tape measure. Something will measure up to your expectations. So this could be new people who will come into your life in the near future. And you have compatible hearts. And self-care. This is important as well. Self-care. This lipstick. All landing on this time to give rather than take card. So again, taking care of yourself first and foremost, rather than being in these situations where people are taking from you. You've also got the chair, which is about house and home. So maybe you were spending a lot of time at home this week. It's also about being upright. So wanting to be totally open and honest and telling the truth. And like I said, again, possibly moving for some of you. You've also got the Black Knight. And this charm is about someone unexpected, kind of an unexpected stranger. So maybe there is a new person already coming into your life in some way. This is also about someone who doesn't reveal their identity or their true motives straight away. So just be aware of that in your circle. I've also got the notification bell, so someone or something trying to get your attention. And the Hanged Man here. So this is about sacrifice. It's also about thinking things through, trying to work out what you want, like with this calculator, trying to get a new perspective on a situation. You have stability with this anchor. And interestingly, you've got the hairdryer, which is blowing hot and cold. So you may not know what you want. And that might be why you're in this 8 of Air situation where you just don't know what you want and you feel a bit stuck. You've got the Shield, which is about protection, going through a difficult time. And the Perfume, so maybe feeling attracted to someone or something or someplace in this week. You've also got the Bat, which is about fear. It's about the shadow self, working with aspects of ourselves that we normally prefer to keep hidden, that kind of thing. And you've got the Triskelion, so this is the sea god, the Celtic sea god, Manannán Mac Lir. And interestingly, the fairy tale card that you got today is from a Celtic fairy tale, and the pig is very much a Celtic symbol in Celtic mythology, so that's interesting. There's a very Celtic vibe here. So when this charm comes out, it says that the Celtic sea god, Manannán Mac Lir, wants to help you in your situation, and he's open to working with you in your situation. And you've also got Generous, which is Leo. So you may be a Leo, sun, moon, rising, but this is also about being generous. So a time to give rather than take, and there's this word gifts. It's like you're giving something to someone in this week, or possibly to yourself, like I said. Being generous with yourself, or someone is being generous with you. So I'm going to roll some dice for you now. And for you, group number 1, we're going to be using the fantasy story cubes. So I'm just going to get my D10. So there are 9 dice in this box, but I don't want to roll all of them in case they don't all have a message for you, so I'm going to ask this dice how many to roll. So how many of these story cubes am I rolling for group number 1 today, please? Oh, all 9. Okay, never mind. So let's see, group number 1, what's coming up for you this week? What's going to happen for you this week? Okay. Okay, so you've got the ship, and that's about travel. So there is a big feeling of travel here, and it's also about adventure, setting out. And interestingly, you've got the card of being trapped, and then you've got the bird cage, which is about being, like, setting yourself free, because it's an open bird cage. So this is you freeing yourself from the situation, again, traveling lightly, simplifying your life. This mace, is it a mace? I think it's a mace. Really just makes me think of this picture. You know, people just being defensive, people arguing, people bashing each other verbally. Just there are still some conflicts to go through, is what I'm seeing. And you've also got this kind of, don't know what I'd call her. Just thinking like poor old lady, like kind of crippled old lady. So it's like feeling like you don't have enough, or like you're not enough in some way. Like I said, this feeling of low self-confidence. And you've got this potion, but it's making me think more of poison in this time. So like poisonous words, people saying things that aren't necessarily true, or people saying things just to be mean, just to kind of get one up on someone. But you've got the treasure chest here, and this is you really figuring out what's right for you in this week. This is you discovering what really matters and letting loose everything that doesn't. You have Icarus flying too close to the sun. So this is about not being too prideful, not being, what's the word? it's hubris, that's the word, not being arrogant in any way. And you've also got this, it's like a tower or a lighthouse, and what I see this as is that you're on the way to reaching a goal, and the goal might be far away, but it's in sight, so you find like a firm focus in this week, or you reset yourself onto the path that you were already following, but you've kind of come off it a little bit. And you've also got the throne, which is about putting someone or something on a pedestal, kind of really seeing someone as perfect in some way, or seeing something through rose-tinted glasses and not seeing the actual reality. So like I said, it might be a blessing that something is delayed in this week for you, because you need to see it in a more practical, realistic way. So I hope this reading was helpful for you, group number 1. Please let me know in the comments if it resonated with you. And please leave me a like if you enjoyed this reading. Again, let me know if you like the dice, and I'll keep using them if you do. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you never miss out on new videos that I post. And if you want to book a private reading, the link to my Etsy shop is in the description box below, as are the links to my PayPal and my Patreon page if you want to support this channel. That would really help me out, and will all go back into the channel, into making it more exciting with new stuff, making it more diverse, etc. So if you're feeling generous, do please consider doing that. And have a lovely day and a lovely week, group number 1. I'll see you in another video. Bye bye. Hey everyone who picked group number 2 with this astronaut Rilakuma sock, then this is your reading. So like I said, there's not as many cards as usual because it's just what's going to happen this week. Actually, I used more cards than I wanted to, but never mind. We'll do your charms as well, and also some dice. So your tarot cards are Balance, which is Temperance, Six of Air, and Page of Fire. So there's quite strong fire energy here because Balance is Sagittarius. What I see with Balance is you coming back from possibly a situation that's been taking a lot of your energy, or maybe the opposite, you've been feeling really lethargic. Whatever it is, you're coming back into this healthy balance. You're finding that right middle point, and you're possibly doing things that are more healthy for your body. So if you've been ill recently, you're going to be recovering. You may be starting a kind of better diet, or better skincare regime, or maybe starting to go out walking more, that kind of thing. Just feels like you're going to be doing what's right for your mind and body, and that in turn is going to have a positive impact on your spirit as well. Really feeling like health is very strong here, and it's looking positive in that way. Six of Air is about improving something. It can sometimes be about travel, because you see this unicorn is on this looking at this boat, and this boat is coming towards us. So it's travel that specifically is moving away from a negative place and looking towards something better. So it's also about changing and improving your mentality. So moving away from negative mindsets, moving away from thinking about situations which didn't bring you any joy, and just looking at positive things. It says here the end of a difficult situation. So things are going to be improving in this week. Definitely a turn up for the books in this week. And then the Page of Fire is about being creative. It's about getting excited about things. So doing things that really make you excited to get out of bed on a morning. Can be about finding a creative outlet. So if you write or paint or dance or sing, or have some kind of creative outlet, then that's what you're going to be spending a lot of time doing in this week. You're really going to be feeling inspired in a creative sense. You're going to be feeling playful and in touch with that creative side of you. So that's really good. There's like this feeling of excitement, possibly a new offer in a creative sense coming towards you, possibly starting a new creative or business project. So your Sacred Traveler card is Navigating by the Stars, Follow Your Bliss, and I love this card. So this is you finding what you want in life. And it's like, again, the Six of Air feeling, like this guy is moving away from the darkness and he's looking at all of the beautiful stars and he's just following the one that he feels guided by. And he's going to follow this path and it's just really beautiful. He's going to find what makes him happy. He's going to find the place that really resonates with him, where he really feels at home and where he feels appreciated. Like I said, the Six of Air can often be about moving to a new place, because in traditional tarot, that card, it shows a man, a woman and a child in a boat, and the man is kind of rowing them away from a ruined city, and they're grieving for what they've lost. They're looking back at the devastation of the city that was once their home, but in front of them is this beautiful horizon and they're sailing to something much better and new. And that is what I'm feeling for you. Like some of you will be planning a move, or you'll be finding a new group of friends, or a new, possibly like a, what's it called? Not a society, like a weekly event where you all meet up and do something, like hobby groups, that kind of thing. Something where you're really finding your people, finding your place. And it could be something creative, like maybe you're going to be going to a writer's group or something, or a dance class, something like that. But you're going to be searching for your bliss in this week. And you've also got you are good enough, and this is full moon in Virgo, so Virgo's energy is now here as well. This is just a beautiful card reminding you that you deserve all of the good things that you want from life. You are good enough for that. You deserve it, and you should not let anyone put you down. You should not let anyone make you think less of yourself, because you are a beautiful spirit. You are a wonderful human being who deserves all of the good things that are going to happen to you. Getting the feeling again for some of you, I don't know why, but I feel like some of you should start making boards on Pinterest about what you want to achieve or what you want your life to look like. Just make boards with pictures on there about, for example, just think about your dream life is what I'm seeing, because this is really about like changing your whole life. Think about how you want your house to look like what kind of house you want to live in, what's the inside going to look like, the interior, you know. Think about what you want your work life to look like, your love life, your friendships, that kind of thing. And make a vision board or a Pinterest board with pictures that really represent those things, and keep looking at it. Make sure that you look at it every day, so that it keeps you focused. It keeps your conscious mind focused on what you want. It's really, really important. So I think for some of you, that's a good thing that you could be doing. That was really random. That just came to me. So now your Gnome Tarot card is the Hanged Man, Viselnik. And this, because it's a Gnome Tarot card, I like it because it's a cross between tarot and oracle. So there's also a word that goes with this, and that word is sacrifice. Because this is about, deciding what you want from life, and that's why he's hanging upside down. He's looking for a new perspective on life. He's really thinking about what he wants. He's taking this time out to think about what he wants, and that means sacrifice as well. This word жертвоприношение in Russian. It's deciding what you need to let go of in order to move on with your life. Just like this Six of Air is moving away from the negativity, from the devastation, towards something new, you need to decide what in your life is no longer serving you. So if you watch Marie Kondo, for example, she talks about only having the things in your house that spark joy. And that means really thinking about which things that you own are special. If you have 10 jumpers, do you really love all of them? Are some of them a bit old and holey? Like, can you throw a few out or donate them if they're still in good condition, or give them to a friend or family member? It's things like that. And you can apply that to your entire life. Do the people that you spend time with as friends or just casual acquaintances, do they spark joy in your life? Do you feel like when you spend time with them, when you walk away, do you feel richer? Do you feel like you've benefited from spending that time with them? Or do you feel tired and drained and maybe upset sometimes? Does your work life spark joy? Are you really feeling benefit from that? Are you feeling like you're being paid enough? Are you feeling like you have enough opportunities to improve and, you know, possibly be promoted or learn new skills, that kind of thing? Is your free time sparking joy? Are you doing enough traveling, that if that's something that you want to do? Are you getting enough time to spend by yourself doing things like having a nice bath, for example? Getting enough sleep? Are you spending enough time on your hobbies and on skills that you want to do, like learning a language or learning how to paint? It's all these things. What is sparking joy in your life and what isn't? Because if it's not, then just let it go, because that is taking up time and energy and focus that could be spent on something else. It's a real message that I'm getting for the collective recently, this feeling of what is taking up your time and energy when you could be putting it into something productive. That's a message that keeps coming up for me in these readings and also in private readings for people. It seems to be something that's really affecting the collective, so I just have to pass it on. Now your Советы Лосося card, your advice from the salmon, is вжух и готово. Okay, so вжух is not really, doesn't really mean anything. It's just like that kind of woo. It's like onomatopoeia. And it's 10 of diamonds. So if that means something to you, take that on board. There's no guidebook with this deck. You've just got to do it all with your intuition. So вжух и готово, it's like whoosh, and it's done. And you see this bear, he's like a little magician. He's got potions and dice, I think, here, and magic balls and things. And oh, I've thrown it. I'm just throwing things today. And he's got like a magic wand and he's doing this. And so it's like this feeling of manifestation, very much like the Page of Fire here, because she's got like a kind of cauldron and she's working her magic, and she's also got this kind of witchy hood on. It's like you're manifesting a better life for yourself. You're really going to achieve something, and that's going to start this week. So you might not see big changes in this week, but you're going to be on the path to achieving this beautiful life that you deserve. You deserve this life so much. Whatever it is that you want, you can bring it about. You just need to set your mind to it. And that's what this is saying. It's like whoosh, you change your mindset and suddenly things start happening for the better. And your Faerytale Oracle card is the Wild Swan's dedication. So yes, dedication. You're really going to be dedicated to finding your joy, finding your bliss in this week. You're really going to be focusing a lot of time and energy on what it is that you want from life. That's what I'm seeing here. You're really going to be putting that dedication and focus onto you, which is where it belongs. So beautiful cards here. Let's do your charms now. So if you're wearing headphones, maybe turn down the volume a little bit. And we're saying pile number 2, what's going to happen for you this week? Okay. So you've got this worry doll and this which came off one of my worry dolls. So there is a sense of worry here, a sense of possibly not achieving something or not achieving it in a certain time frame. There are toxic relationships or habits here I'm seeing with the skull and crossbones. Possible connection here to Halloween or autumn, this pumpkin. Like I said, this is a timeless reading, so whenever you click on this, it's not necessarily when I've posted it. Whenever you click on this, it's going to be the week, the next week from when you're watching it. There's also growth here and inspiration. So this is interesting because this is very creative, this ink pot. So you're going to be inspired to change your life, and you're going to be inspired to do something creatively. And also magic with this fairy. So that's just like this card, making magic. Beautiful. You've also got the fleur-de-lis, and this can talk about France. So possible connection to France, or someone having a French name like Noel or Claire, or a French surname or French family history, someone speaking French, etc. But it's also about chivalry and doing, like being committed. It's like this dedication card really, because it's like, what this charm means to me is that you do what you've said you're going to do. So if you say, oh, that was loud, sorry. That was my computer. If you say, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to go to this place, or I'm going to do this for half an hour every day, this habit, then you get it done. It's like following through with what you've said you're going to do. And you have this beautiful guardian angel coin here, and it's guardian angel for health. So like I said, I feel like your health is going to be improving. Some kind of health issue is clearing up or getting better in this week, or you're starting a new healthier regime, healthier habits. It's very interesting that that came out. Possible connection to animals or pets here, but this footprint is also about following in someone's footsteps. So you may be trying to emulate another person by doing what they did in order to be successful. Could be to do with a mentor, perhaps. It's also about following someone on social media. Like I said, the Pinterest board, you might be also making Pinterest boards about what you want your life to be like, but also possibly following inspirational pages on social media so that you keep getting these inspiring posts on your timeline. There's also blowing hot and cold here, so I like that it landed on the Hangman, because that's about working out what you want. So you're still not entirely decided when you're watching this video, but you will settle on what it is that you want to do. You've also got the Black Swan, and that's interesting because you've got this card, the Wild Swans, and there's a swan here. So possibly look up swan as a spirit animal, or maybe it has its own special meaning to you. But the Black Swan to me is about someone very unique, someone very special. And I love that it landed here on You Are Good Enough, because it's just saying to me that you are a very unique and special person, and you have a lot to offer this world. And you will really just, I'm really feeling like you're going to take all of this on board and just go out and live that amazing life that you deserve. You've got the notification bell, so something or someone will be getting your attention this week. But again, I feel like it's that connection to what you're doing in social media. You also have the ballerina, so this is about putting the right foot forward. Like you're really thinking about each move that you make. Everything you do is very considered because you don't want to make any mistakes. You've got 2 stars here, and that's interesting that it's landed on this Navigating by the Stars card. And they're both about hope and faith and being on the right path, being guided, also about healing. Oh, this also has a star in it. You see in the middle there's a little star, and it says miracle. Miracles are going to happen for you very soon. I feel like you're really setting out on this path that's going to prove to be so fertile and beautiful for you. You have beauty and blossoming here with this little flower, and you have two crosses here, and they both have hearts on them. This has like little hearts on every point, and this is in the center. And the hearts, I mean, it just is about love for me, but the crosses are about faith and protection, and again, following your guidance. You've also got Father Christmas and a Christmas tree, so there's a possible winter connection here, or connection to Christmas in some way. Maybe that's when things will all come together for you. You've got the photo, so you may like taking pictures, you may be a photographer perhaps, or a filmmaker, but again, it's making me think Pinterest. I'm really getting that really strongly, and like inspirational quotes and things coming up for you. This is also about nostalgia and wanting to really savor the moment. You have trustworthy, which is Taurus. And you have this little elephant, which is about learning from past mistakes, moving obstacles out of your way and just keep going forward. And you have another star. Oh my goodness. So star is really important symbol for you in this week. But this shooting star means that a wish is coming true for you. This is so beautiful. You've got miracle and all of these wonderful things. A wish is going to come true for you. And you have this mask, which interestingly landed on this angel's face. It's like someone is going to reveal who they really are. Someone has been keeping their true feelings or their true intentions or their true motivations hidden, and that's going to become clear in this week and in the following, days and weeks after that for you. So let's do some dice now. Group number 2, you're getting the original story cubes, and there are 9 dice in this deck. Oh my goodness, look at that. If that comes out, I don't know what I'm going to say. I don't want to roll all of them though, in case they don't. Oh my god. Crazy. Stop. I don't want to roll all of them for you in case they don't all have a meaning, a message for you. So I'm going to roll this D10 to see how many I'm rolling for you today. So how many of these story cubes am I rolling for group number 2 today, please? 7. Okay. So I'm going to take them all out and I'm going to let 2 just drop back naturally into the box. Okay. And now I'm going to roll these 7 dice for you. So group number 2, what is going to happen for you this week? Okay, you've got the shooting star. Oh my goodness. Twice. This is about a wish coming true. This is so exciting. Oh my god. I'm so excited for you. You've also got the arrow, which again is Sagittarius, like this balance card is, but it's also about determination. You're going to be really determined to achieve something in this week. It's crazy. This video is like a little motivational speech for you. Amazing. You've got the lock here, which is about secrets, something being hidden or unable to be accomplished at this time. It's making me think of that mask, like someone possibly is being hidden. Someone is keeping something a secret, but you need to wait a little bit longer for something to be unlocked. I'm not sure what. You've also got the tower, and this makes me think of going within, like this hanged man energy, like in a way isolation, so not speaking to other people, not listening to the opinions of other people, just thinking about what you want and really, spending that time going within, shutting other people out if necessary, just to work on what it is that's right for you. You've also got the magnifying glass, so it's like scrutinizing your life, really going into detail, looking at what needs to be left, what doesn't. It also, to me, because this is often the symbol when you're going to search for something online, makes me think that you're searching for something. You have blossoming with this beautiful flower. And then you have the bee. And the bee to me can be about being stung. Like, something doesn't quite go the way you want it to, and then you just you don't want to keep trying because you're afraid it'll happen again. But to me, it's also like busy bee. That's what I'm feeling here. It's like busy bee, working hard at what it is that you want to achieve. So this is such a beautiful reading for you, group number 2. I'm so happy that you picked this pile. And I've just realized that you picked the pile where this astronaut bear is in the stars. There is a real symbolism of stars for you here in this week. So I really hope this reading was helpful for you and that it resonated. Do let me know if it did in the comments section below. Do leave me a like if you enjoyed the reading, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, so you don't miss out on any future videos. If you want a private reading with me, the link to my Etsy page is in the description box. There are lots of listings there, and you can just choose whichever one fits your situation the most. And if you want to help out this channel by leaving me a tip for the reading or becoming a patron, there are links for that in the description box as well. and that would be very much appreciated. It'll all go back into the channel, into buying new dice, decks, charms, etc., and just making it all so much more diverse and exciting for you. So have a wonderful week, group number 2. I'm really excited to hear about how your week goes for you, and I will see you in another video. Bye bye. Hey everyone who picked group number 3, where Rila Kuma is holding this slice of lemon. Welcome to your reading. Let's put that there. So, like I said, there's not as many cards this week, although I still ended up using more cards than I wanted to. But we're going to look at your tarot first, then your oracle cards, we'll do your charms, and we'll do some dice for you as well. So what's going to happen for you this week, group number 3? Wow, you've got the Star to start off with. That's a very positive card. You've also got King of Water and 7 of Fire. So the Star is Aquarius energy, and there's also strong water energy here from the King of Water. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces there as well. The Star is a really positive card. It's about hope and faith and healing. It's about you being on the right path and following your guidance and being able to make long-term plans. It's really this beautiful card. It's one of my favorite cards in the deck. And the King of Water is about someone who's a very good friend to you, someone that will listen to your worries, will listen to you talking, who really cares about you and is really to be trusted. It can also talk here, it says, about charity work, possibly getting advice from someone who can be trusted in this week. It may also, for some of you, represent a romantic partner who could be a water sign. And then you've got 7 of Fire, which is about you defending what you know is right. So defending your position, maybe setting down firm boundaries with people, defending your beliefs and your decisions. It's about choosing your battles as well. So don't just get into a fight for no reason this week. Like, if someone's winding you up, ask yourself, are they doing this because they're malicious, or are they just doing it because they're a bit stupid? Like, don't get drawn into arguments unnecessarily, because that will just waste your energy. So your Sacred Traveler Oracle card is Wise Leader. You are a beacon for others. So people are going to be really looking up to you in this week. Maybe it's you who is this advice giver that someone's going to turn to. And it's also like the Star card, this Wise Leader, like the star in the sky that people look to for guidance. You're going to be this person that people turn to, people are going to think highly of you, and it's really going to be, wow, the street is really loud today. That's so strange. Sorry, I live right basically by a main road in a big city in Siberia. There's a beautiful snowstorm going on outside right now. But sorry if that's really loud. So yeah, the Wise Leader is about leading other people, possibly by example, so people follow what you're doing because they trust you. Your Moonology card is What Do You Need to Release? Waning Moon. And I love this. This is like the scene outside my window, but in a city. So what do you need to release? It's saying what is no longer serving you in your life. And I've said this for another group. It really seems to be a message that I'm getting for the collective, because I'm pulling this a lot, not only in these YouTube readings, but also in private readings. This message keeps coming through for the collective about what sparks joy in your life, using the phrase of Marie Kondo. What is making you happy? What or who is making you happy? And if someone or something in your life is not making you happy, leave them behind, because they are just taking your energy, they're taking your time, and that's time and energy and focus that could be spent on something better. It could be spent on something much more productive for you. If you're giving time, emotions, energy, focus to someone or something that is just not good for you and who is not giving anything back, then you're basically, if you imagine that your energy is like a watering can, you're basically just pouring it into a black hole. You're not going to see anything back from that, and you've wasted all your time. So what you instead need to identify is, where is the fertile ground that you can water? You know, what is gonna bring you joy and happiness, and what is gonna feel really beneficial for you? Think about how you want your life to look. With this star card here, I gave this advice to someone in a private reading recently, and I gave it to one of the other piles, but I'm feeling it for you as well. Like I said, it's really a strong message for the collective, and this is just my way of putting it forward. But think about how you want your life to look, and then make a Pinterest board on Pinterest about how you want your life to look, or make a vision board. So for example, take some time and think about what you want your house to look like. What kind of house do you want to be living in? What kind of neighborhood? Is it even in another country? What's the inside of the house going to look like, the design? What do you want your work life to look like? Are you getting benefit and joy from your work life? Do you feel like there is a lot of opportunity for you to grow there? And are you being paid fairly, etc.? What do you want your friendships to look like? Your love life, your free time? Are you doing enough traveling, for example? Are you getting enough time for your hobbies, enough me time for self-care like meditation or yoga or taking a nice bath? All of these things. And then identify what is taking your time and your focus that isn't bringing you what you want, and get rid of it. So if you want to make a Pinterest board or a vision board, please do that using pictures that really symbolize how you want your life to look in all of these different areas. And make sure that whatever it is, that you look at it every day. So if it's a Pinterest board, log on several times a day if you can, and just look at all of the pictures and remind yourself. Or if it's a vision board, put it somewhere where you can see it, like your bedroom or your kitchen, or you know, somewhere that you spend a lot of time, so that you're going to keep seeing it, and that way your brain, your conscious focus is going to be on what you want to achieve. That's a really strong message I'm getting for the collective recently. So your Tarot of the Gnome card is Papiesa. So this is the High Priestess, and she's called Beteil in this deck. So you've got two major arcana cards. That's interesting. And the Tarot of the Gnome cards, they are a kind of a cross between Tarot and Oracle, because the meanings aren't always exactly the same as Tarot in general. But the key word for this card is poznanie, which is understanding. So you see here this High Priestess, she's pointing to something in a book. And basically what I'm throwing things so often today. What she's doing is she's pointing at this book, and you're looking at it, and you're suddenly understanding truths about yourself and about your life and the universe. It's coming to this understanding. So I really think you're going to have a big realization in this week of what it is that you want, or what it is that you're doing wrong in terms of building the life that you want. It's this real feeling of understanding coming from a spiritual place. So when you spend that quiet time by yourself in meditation, or in the bath or the shower, or just before you go to bed at night, or if you can, please do take some time to just be alone for, even if it's just for like 20 or 30 minutes, and just think about what you want, because that is going to be really important. Leave your phone in a different room or something, or switch it off. Don't have your computer open, and just make sure you can't be distracted, and just really think about what you want, write it down. And that's going to really help you come to this understanding. It's going to be like a spiritual download for you. So your Советы Лосося, advice from a salmon card, says Zavěrte los. And this means, this is quite a hard word to translate into English, but it means like started spinning around, is basically what it means. And yeah, it's like the cogs start turning. You come to this understanding. Suddenly things start to change, and you can't get yourself out of this realization that you've come to in this week. It might seem like a whirlwind. That's what I get from this card, as whirlwind. Things happening very quickly. Things turning round and round. And it says 9 of circles here, and there's no guidebook for this deck. You have to do it all intuitively. So if that means something for you, take it on board. I guess it could also be like 90. But yeah, it's like this whirlwind feeling. in this week. And then your Faerytale Oracle card is water and salt, truth. Yeah, you're going to come to some really truthful understanding in this week. This is really interesting and such a beautiful card as well. You're really going to come to some understanding, some clarity. Maybe someone is going to speak a truth to you, but I feel like this is you getting in touch with your own truth and what it is that you want from life and figuring out who you are as a person. It really feels like a big thing, and definitely something for the collective as well. So I'm going to do your charms now, group number 3. So if you're wearing headphones, probably best to turn down the volume now. And yeah, we're going to ask what's going to happen for you this week. So group number 3, what is going to happen for you this week? Okay. Quite a few charms. So you've got quite a lot of initials as well. So you've got X, F, S, K, and N. So this could be someone's first name or surname. It could be the name of a place or a word that really means a lot to you this week. That's like your theme. So take that on board. To me, the X though, especially because it's landed here, it feels like deleting something, like pressing the X button on something. You've also got this feeling of bad luck here. So like you feel like you've not had the best time recently. And there's fear here. It's like you don't want to accept a certain truth. You're afraid of what that means for you. And you've got the hairdryer, which is about blowing hot and cold. So you're not sure what to do. You're not sure what's right for you. But I feel like you're going to come to this strong realization in this week. You've got the angels protecting you, guiding this clarity and this truth and awakening. You have protection and faith here. And interestingly, on this card, you've got the skull, which is about letting things go, releasing what is no longer of benefit to you. And this beautiful lantern. So it reminds me a little bit of this beacon that she's holding up here in this picture, this fire. But to me, it's also like the star. It's that guiding light. It's landed on the Moonology card, so it's dark outside. And this is the lantern that guides you through the dark. The hermit in most tarot decks is holding a lantern because his own knowledge and his spiritual connection guides him through the darkness that most of humanity is lost in. He sees the way to the truth, whatever that truth is, that eternal truth. He sees the way to the truth through the darkness of the material world. And this is you really finding your way, finding your path. There's love here, and house and home, so really caring about the house and family in this week. There's also the Deathly Hallows here, so you might be a big fan of Harry Potter, you might be watching the movies or reading the books this week, or there may be some connection to Harry Potter here, like maybe you feel your story mirrors one of the characters or something, or you've got like a quote from the book or the movie in your mind this week. But this to me is also about something eternal and something really like important. I'm really feeling there's a big spiritual awakening for you in this week, and that's what these are about. It's this eternal nature in a spiritual way. You've also got the explosion, which is like a suddenness. You see this whirlwind, something happening very quickly, and then you have this little fairy sitting on the moon waiting for her dreams to come true. It's like you're suddenly able to see what your future could look like. You have the flip-flop, which is about rest and relaxation. It's about holidays, taking holidays. But like I said, it's making me think of that taking time to yourself where no one else can bother you, and just really thinking through what you want. But because it's landed on this card, it's also making me think like, don't get drawn into arguments, don't sweat the small stuff, just relax and put your feet up. You've got a starfish, which stands for healing, because they can grow back the limbs that they lose. And also the mirror, which is all about self-reflection, going within and deciding what you want. You've got divine timing here with this watch. You've got a key, so you've got a solution to something here. You will find a solution in this week. You've got pig of abundance, so abundance is coming your way. This could also refer to someone who's born in the year of the pig, the Chinese year of the pig. And you've got the helmet, which stands for going through a tough time. It might be referring to this bad luck symbol that you've got here. You're coming out of that now. And you've got Red Riding Hood. So this is about finding your path, especially if you're a feminine, finding the right path. So she is going to visit her grandma. She has to go through the woods, and she gets tempted by the wolf on the way because he wants to drag her off the path. He wants to eat her, and he's very charming about it. But it's about staying on the right path, not letting anyone pull you away from living the life that you want to live and finding that bliss. Don't be drawn in by anyone's sob stories or anyone's tempting words. They may seem charming, but they haven't got your best interests at heart, and it really feels like focusing on you in this week, focusing on what's right for you. You also have the Triskelion, which is the charm for the Celtic sea god, Manannán mac Lir, and this is showing that he wants to help you in this situation. And it's actually really interesting that this fell out on the King of Water, because what would the sea god be other than the King of Water? That's really interesting that it's landed there. So it's saying that he's willing to help you and that you can reach out to him through meditation or prayer, and he's willing to help you. And interestingly, you also got the pig, and the pig is very strongly a symbol in Celtic mythology. It's really used a lot for some reason. It's like the pig of abundance idea comes from Celtic mythology, so that's really interesting that that's the case. And I'm pretty sure also that this tale is this fairy tale, Water and Salt. If you haven't read it, then please do. It might hold some truth for you. Some truth for you. This fairy tale, I'm pretty sure, is Celtic as well. Or it's either Celtic or English, I'm not sure, but obviously Britain is all Celtic. You've also got listening to your inner wisdom here, like being guided again. And this galaxy, this reminds me again of Red Riding Hood, this feeling of not being blinded by something or someone. It's like seeing stars, not being dazzled by something and not really seeing what the truth behind it is. And cute that it landed on the star card as well. So maybe stars have a big meaning for you in this week. Maybe that's a symbol that you should look out for. So now let's do your dice, group number 3, and you've got the mystery story cubes today. So there are 9 dice here, but I don't want to roll all of them for you if they're not all going to have a message for you. So I'm going to ask my D10 how many dice I'm going to roll for you. So how many of these story cubes should I roll for group number 3 today, please? Just 1. Okay, so I'm going to take them all out and then let 8 fall back naturally into the pile. Okay, so I've got just 1 left. So, group number 3, what's going to happen for you this week? Ooh, you've got the ghost. So this is about something haunting you or something that's really like pestering you. And it may be from the past. It may be like an ex, for example, or past trauma. But it's saying you need to release this ghost. You need to release whatever is pestering you or making you feel scared or making you feel trapped or just really negative energy. You need to release it. So really spiritual awakening in this week is a big theme for you. So I hope this reading was helpful for you, group number 3. Please do let me know in the comments below if it resonated. please leave a like on the video so that I know you enjoyed it, and please do subscribe if you don't want to miss out on any future videos that I post. If you want to book a private reading with me, the link to my Etsy page is in the description box. And if you want to help my channel out by giving me a donation through PayPal or becoming a patron, then the links are also in the description box for that. It would really help me out, and any money that I get from either of those channels will go back into this YouTube channel to buy new cards, new dice, new charms, etc., just to make everything more diverse and interesting. So do definitely consider doing that. It would definitely make my day. And have a wonderful week, group number 3. It really looks like it's going to be transformative for you. And I will see you in another video. Bye bye. Hey everyone who picked pile number 4 with the little strawberry Rilakuma, then this is your reading. So like I said, there aren't as many cards as usual, but I actually used more cards than I wanted to anyway. So yeah, we're going to do your tarot cards first, then your oracle cards, then we'll do your charms and roll some dice for you. So let's see what's coming up in this week for you, group number 4. You've got 6 of earth, 10 of earth, so strong earth energy, and the Empress, which is also earth energy. Interesting. And the Empress also happens to be my favorite card in the deck. It's actually my birth card. I will possibly do a video in the future about tarot birth cards if you're interested in that. Everyone has, of course, a card that corresponds to their zodiac sign, but you also have a birth card that goes on your exact date of birth. So if you're interested in that, do let me know, and I can make a video on that in the future, letting you know what they mean as birth cards and also how to calculate your birth card. So 6 of earth tells me that you may be coming into some money in this week. It's a card that represents receiving a donation from someone or giving that to someone. That's the tricky thing with this card, is it's hard to kind of tell whether you're the giver or the receiver. It's about a gift of money, a gift of your kind of time and advice and care. So you may be spending some time with someone, helping someone out who's a friend, you know, like maybe mentoring them in some way or just being there to listen to them. But it's a beautiful, abundant card. Can mean new opportunities at work, such as a promotion. Can also mean that you receive some money, but it's in like a loan context. So it's receiving a loan. In general, it's a good card for money questions. And because you've got the 10 of earth as well, I don't think you have any reason to worry about money in this week. This means that you're going to have a feeling of real stability in this week. You're going to feel very stable and solid in money, and like your house and home is going to be very comfy and cozy, and just it's really going to be your sanctuary in this week, and you're going to have very positive relationships with friends and family in this week as well. It's this beautiful, it says a very happy family life. It's a really nice card. And then you have the Empress, and this is about abundance again. So it can be about financial abundance, but it's also about creativity. So if you have a particular creative project that's really going to flourish in this week, or if you're a creative person, you're going to become really inspired for a new project. Things are going to take off. It's also about self-care, loving yourself, getting back into your power if you're a feminine. It can also be about the mother. So again, like I said, you're going to have a strong relationship with family in this week, and that could be your mother or you as a mother if you have children of your own. So very, very beautiful energy that I'm getting so far. Really nice. So your Sacred Traveler card is Narrow Pathway, Tread Thoughtfully. So it's saying that you're on this bridge right now and you're worried about making the wrong move. You're worried about looking down. You're worried about the bridge not holding up, that kind of thing. It's saying that you're in a situation where you need to be careful and you need to really consider every move that you make. So maybe you're in the process of changing jobs, or you're in the process of moving house or something, and there are just lots of things that you've got to carefully consider because you don't want to make any snap decisions, things that aren't thought through. You really need to kind of, you know, make carefully considered decisions. It's saying also don't rush in this week. That's what that card means. And your Moonology card is your commitment is being tested, first quarter moon. So that's interesting. It's like there's something you're trying to pull off, but there's an energy here of testing your commitment to it, testing how much you want it, and making sure that you're really focused. It's like the universe wants to see that this is really what you want, and so it might be a little bit difficult in this week in terms of things you have to do. It's just making sure that you're focused on this, and yeah, that's all that is. It's just saying your commitment is being tested. So maybe you'll have to wait a little longer than you'd hoped for things to come through in this week. Maybe there's going to be some delays or slight changes to plans or something. Maybe you're going to call up someone's office and they're not going to be available. They've maybe taken the week off, or they've taken off like 3 days or something without telling you, and you're just like, oh, I really need this to be done now. And it's like, don't stress about it, because it will come through. You just need to, you know, be focused and think through what you want. So your Tarot of the Gnome card is Straszny Sud. So this is judgment. And this kind of gnome angel here is called Ruach. So judgment, this is an interesting card to get. You've got 2 major arcana cards, so it's an important week for you. And judgment is about hearing back from someone if you've been, like I said, trying to get some kind of official document or some answers on something. Like you're gonna hear back from an office or something. If that resonates with you, you're gonna hear back possibly about a job application, something like that. So don't worry about that. That news is on its way. It also means like a big, major change. It's about the word for this card, because these cards, they're like a cross between tarot and oracle. They don't always correspond to the original meanings of the cards, but I like that because it makes it a bit interesting. The word for this card is iskuplenie, and that means redemption. So there's like a kind of a redemption here, like at the 11th hour, suddenly everything comes together when you thought that it wasn't possible, but then, like I said, at the 11th hour it does, when you thought it was all over. It's like really big soul things as well, like really finding your calling in this week. Something important is happening for you, definitely. There's a feeling of moving on. There's a feeling of finding your direction and really being called to do something. So I like that you got the judgment card. That's an interesting card to get. So now your Soветы Losося card, your advice from a salmon, is Nie zabludиться. So don't get lost. And you see this bird is in the middle of this maze, and it's like, how on earth is he going to get out of this? And that's what I said, it's like this narrow pathway. There are lots of things that you need to do which require careful thought and consideration. So for a lot of you, this feels like a work or job thing. I'm not really getting strong kind of relationship vibes from this, because with the Ten of Earth and the Empress, it seems like your relationships are going pretty well in this week and there's nothing to worry about there. To me, this is more about like work or something official or legal, like moving again, like I said. Obviously, this is a general reading, so it's going to be different for everyone. Just take it how it resonates with you personally. Yeah, it's like there are lots of different things that you've got to deal with. Hoops to jump through, administration to go through, bureaucracy possibly as well. And it's just saying don't get lost in all of that. Don't lose sight of the end goal. Your commitment is being tested. Just keep walking as much as it's difficult to walk on this bridge over this chasm. Just keep doing it. Don't worry, you will get there in the end. Okay? And it's 12 of arrows, so if that means something to you, take it on board. This deck doesn't come with a guidebook, you just have to do it all intuitively. So if that means something, then take it on board. If it doesn't, let it go. And then your Faerytale Oracle card is the White Snake, Understanding. So coming to an understanding in this week, and I think also finding people, being around people who are very understanding of you. Like I said, it doesn't feel like there's any big issues with relationships in this week. Things seem to be pretty harmonious on that front. I'm not really seeing any indication of romance here. To me, it's more like friends and family. Just all feels very understanding, like you're being very supported by people. You may also have a really sweet pet, like this dragon that is really there for you and helps you through this situation that might be a bit frustrating if things are getting delayed or changed, if contracts are getting changed, for example. You're going to have the support of someone who's going to be really helpful and understanding and just is going to be there to kind of pat you in a sympathetic way. So I'm going to do your charms now. Group number 4. So if you're wearing headphones, probably best to turn down the volume now. And we're going to ask what's going to happen for you in this week. So group number 4, what is happening for you in this week? Okay, quite a few charms have come out for you. So you've got 2 crystal balls here. You've got the black obsidian ball, which is about mysteries and things being hidden from you. So like I said, things may be delayed and you kind of are so annoyed because you can't see the end of the tunnel, but don't worry. It will all be revealed in good time. And you've got the snowflake obsidian ball, which is about overcoming obstacles. So again, it's landed on this, your commitment is being tested. You will overcome these obstacles, so don't worry about that. You've got the shield and the sword together, so it's like you're prepared for a battle in some way. You're just ready to like fight someone, feeling really frustrated. You've got the cross, which is about protection and faith. You've got the baby boy, so this can be about people being childish, but because you've got the Empress, I would say it could also be about actual children. So if you've got children to look after, you're kind of really considering their needs in this whole situation. You've got A and U as your initials, so that could be a first name, surname, or place, or company possibly, because like I said, I'm getting strong work vibes here. It could be a company name or just a word that really symbolizes this week for you. I have to say AU is Australia to me, possibly Austria, and UA is Ukraine. So take that on board if it resonates. You've also got the ink, which is about inspiration. So like I said, the Empress is very creative. This is like a creative energy, feeling inspired to do something. I feel like you'll also be writing letters or long emails to someone in this week. You've got the crocodile, and the crocodile is about someone who doesn't have your best interests at heart, someone who's possibly toxic in some way. They may be charming, but they have their own motives, so just steer clear of them possibly, or be wary around them. That might be what this Tread Thoughtfully card is about. You've also got this, which is about being attached to someone or something. You have the haunted house. So this is like saying something from your past is coming back to haunt you, because, you know, judgment is very much about resurrection. Maybe past traumas or someone from the past is coming back, or you just feel haunted by worry or fear in some way is what I'm feeling. You just, something won't leave your mind in this week. You're just thinking about it, and it's kind of not giving you any peace. And you've got eternal life with this pine cone. That's interesting again that that's landed on judgment, which is about receiving the eternal life. This angel is resurrecting these people and bringing them to live the eternal life in the afterlife. It's about something that never dies, this pine cone, because, you know, pine cones, they last forever. It's also about the pineal gland. And you've got Hermes, or Mercury, the Greek and Roman god of communication. He also stands for travel. He loves humans as well. And also, interestingly, he is a god who is a psychopomp, which means he's a god that waits to guide the souls of the dead to the afterlife. So there's like this strong transitional, eternal, resurrecting feeling from this part of your reading. It's really interesting. I'm really interested to find out how that resonates with you and what that means for you. But whenever you get a god charm in your reading, it means that that god is open to working with you and helping you in your situation. So if you want to call on Hermes or Mercury, whatever you like to call him, in your meditation or in prayer, do that, because he's willing to help you, and that's why he's come out in your reading. You've also got the fish skeleton, which is about feeling like you don't have enough or like you're not enough in some way. And you have a change of mindset here with these spirals, like shifts in consciousness. Change your mind about something. The moon and star is about intuition. It's about dreams. So possibly you're getting downloads in your dreams. You've got growth here and transformation. Interesting. You've also got autumn or Halloween having some kind of special meaning here. So that maybe when something fully comes together for you. You have magic, this fairy. And there's also an element of luck involved. And because it's landed on the side, I don't want to say whether it's good luck or bad luck. It's like something is being left to chance or something is being left to luck in some way. And then you have the calculator. So working things out, deciding what you want. Working out what it is that you want from life. And you have ambitious, which is Capricorn. So you could be a Capricorn because, like I said, there's strong earth energy here. The Empress is earth as well. But this is about going for your goals, ambitious. Having your dreams and then going for them. And you've got this gear, which my friend gave me a few weeks ago. And it's interesting you've got this because you've also got the haunted house. And what this symbol, this charm means for me is, if you've ever seen the movie Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, it's like the entrance to the Chamber of Secrets. It's like this circular door that has these snakes all around it. And it's like you've opened the Chamber of Secrets. And it's interesting, you've also got the Secrets Ball. You've opened this chamber of horrors in many ways. You've opened this chamber of fear, this Pandora's box, and things are now being dealt with that you would rather have kept buried. They're haunting you. I don't think this is going to happen this week. I think this is something that's already happened and that you're going through. But this is saying that it needed to be done. You couldn't let this monster live under the school any longer. You needed to deal with it. And you're doing that very well. You have your support network around you, and you're going to come out the other side because you've got the Judgment card. And that's a beautiful symbol. So you've also got love here, actually twice, because you've got this tiny little love heart as well. So that's very nice. People love you and care about you. And you've got practical, which is Virgo. So you've got two earth signs, like I said, very strong earth energy. So this is about being practical as well, taking care of practical things like documents, contracts, all of the stuff in the house that are like chores, cleaning, tidying, washing things. It's boring and we don't like to do it, but it needs to get done. It's about being practical and not seeing things as a fantasy, seeing the true reality of things and just getting things done. The general kind of Virgo feeling and the feeling from that practical charm is just getting things done, not procrastinating, not sitting around waiting for someone to do something for you. You just get it done. So let's roll some dice for you now, group number 4. And you've got the Looney Tunes dice today. So there are 9 dice in this box. But I don't want to roll all of them in case they don't all have a meaning, a message for you. So I'm going to roll this d10 to see how many I should roll. So how many of these story cubes am I rolling for group number 4 today, please? 7. Okay. So I'm going to take them all out and I'm going to let 2 of them just fall naturally back into the box. Meh. Which one is going to go? Okay, there we go. So these 7 dice, I'm going to roll for you. We're going to find out what's going to happen for you this week. So I'm going to take some out. Group number 4, what's going to happen for you this week? Okay, so you've got these 2 people squaring up to each other. And this is like people having an argument. Like you're going to kind of, like I said, you've got the sword and shield came out right together. So it's like you are ready to have a battle with someone. You're ready to have a fight with someone. I feel like for a lot of you, this is to do with documents being delayed or kind of practical things being delayed, and you're just so done that you're just ready to completely have it out with someone, some kind of company or office worker. You're just like, right, I'm going to call them, or I'm going to go to their office and see them, and I'm going to tell them how it is, and I'm going to make them do this thing for me. Like really strongly getting that feeling. You've also got this person who's like stuck in this sticky thing. And what this means for me is like you feel stuck, basically. Like you feel kind of stuck in your situation. You don't know what to do. You don't know what's the right way forward. You feel like things aren't moving forward. You feel, again, I'm really strongly feeling like delays are happening here or changes to plans, and you're just like, what am I meant to do? How can I get some forward movement in this situation? And you've also got the saloon here. So this is like being sociable, and it's landed on 10 of Earth. And this is saying that, you know, you're going to be spending time with people that you like spending time with. You're going to have a nice, pretty sociable week, chatting to people, communicating with people. Maybe not in person. It could be on the phone or, you know, via messaging, but feel like you are going to be spending time in person with people as well. Maybe going to a party even, or like a dinner somewhere. This is a feeling of like socializing. And you have the piano as well. Now, to me, piano in Looney Tunes or in those old-fashioned cartoons, you know, they normally just get like thrown out of the window or something, and like, you know, there's like a crane holding a piano and it just gets dropped on you. That's what I would normally get from the piano, but here I feel like it's you learning some kind of skill. And again, that creative energy feels like you learning something new or honing a skill that you already have and making it, like, getting it to a higher level. That's what I'm feeling. So it might not be piano or anything musical, but for example, it could be even like learning a language, but you're practicing it, you're wanting to move up to a higher level. That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like it's more likely something creative because you have the Empress. But that's what I'm getting from that. You also have the cheese. And what I would say with the cheese is something stinks. Like something is not adding up in a situation. You've kind of got this feeling like something is not completely above board. Someone isn't doing something in the way that they should be. Like, for example, if it's an official thing, like something to do with a company, you're feeling like they're not following the proper procedures, or you're feeling like someone's keeping something from you because you have this hidden ball. You're feeling like someone is not being straight with you. They're being cagey. They're keeping something from you and you don't like it. It's like you can smell that something's off, and you don't know what it is, but so like you're not quite sure what it is yet, but you just know that something is not quite right and it's getting to you. And you also have Bugs Bunny, and with Bugs Bunny I feel two things. Firstly, I feel like this is just saying you're the protagonist right now, because Bugs Bunny is always like the central character in Looney Tunes. So it's like saying you're the most important person here. You need to take care of you, and you need to remember that your life is about you. It's not about other people. But Bugs Bunny, it's also like his catchphrase, "Yeah, what's up, Doc?" It's like, check in with you. Check in with what you're feeling, how you're feeling, you know, what's up. Make sure that you're not getting overwhelmed by this situation and that you've checked in with you. That's what I'm getting from Bugs Bunny. Eat lots of carrots. Good for your eyes, apparently. And then you have this fake road, which is such a Looney Tunes cartoon thing. There's still the paint tin there where someone has just painted this fake road on this wall. And this, again, it feels like someone is not being honest with you. Someone is trying to divert you away from the actual situation. Someone doesn't want you to figure something out. And you may feel like you've run up against a brick wall in some kind of way, but I feel like someone's not being straight. And you may be, with the Judgment card, you may be finding out some truths in this week. You know, you're feeling quite lost in bureaucracy or something, but you will be finding something truthful, or maybe after this week, but you're definitely getting like the hints of something in this week, that something is not entirely above board. So I hope this reading resonated with you, group number 4. Do let me know in the comments below if it did. Please let me know if you like the dice, and I'll keep using them if you do. Please leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, so that I know you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't already, so that you don't miss out on any future videos I post. If you want to book a private reading, the link to my Etsy shop is in the description box below. And if you want to leave me a little tip for this reading or support the channel financially, then there is also links to my PayPal and my Patreon. There, any money that I get from that goes back into the channel to buy new cards, dice, charms, etc., just to make the whole thing more diverse and exciting. So if you do want to help me out, that would be amazing, and it would really make my day if you're feeling generous. So yes, thank you to anyone who heads over and checks that out. Thank you for clicking on this video and for having this reading with me. It's been an honour to read your cards, as always. And have a wonderful week, group number 4. And I'll see you in another video. Bye bye.